Coach, the tundra may not quite be frozen, but it's getting there as we work our way through December. The radar today, however, is clear at Lambeau Field in Green Bay. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Chicago Bears. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run with a third-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On first down, they go right back to Cohen. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
And the Bears first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They run with David Montgomery, the third-round pick from Iowa State. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. Flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Throwing here, Trubisky. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Yeah, yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sideline. So this punt sails out of bounds across midfield. Now the question, they're going to spot it right at the 40, the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Watch the screen. Yeah, this. Alert green. Five. Right now, you got 58.
They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Khalil Mack, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Mike 5'9", Mike. Live. Come to my world.
Now Rodgers. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick six for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year one. By year two, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well. Showed right there. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives. And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain. What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz? The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else. On 3rd down, Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
First down, Chicago. Watch the slant. Check 50, check 50.
First down, a run with Cohen. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that is intercepted on the side. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former Bear, Adrian Amos. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions. Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Hey, Echo. Uncle, over here.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Flush to his right. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a second down.
318. 59. I got you, son. Hey, 626. Plant.
Throwing is Rodgers. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 20-yard line.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Bilal Nichols, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. To try again after the sack. Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter.
Packers 7, Bears nothing.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw is Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away, but the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up first and 10. They'll start things on first with Troy Cohen, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's third. The Bears on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
One back in the game. That's Jones, second and goal.
Check, 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 check. Check 30. Check, 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 check. Recon, 132 fighter.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that is going to set up third and goal.
319. I'm right to you. I'm going back to you. Share. Showing it. Front right. Jump out! Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. It's coming this way. Here we go.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. First and 10. Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle.
We got three.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Khalil Mack in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Check right. Kelly, come on, Kelly.
Rodgers going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Inside. Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Now watch one.
On third and long, it's Rodgers. He's going to go for a big play. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will get this into the end zone. Gambling. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Crosby with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
We know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it. I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it. You mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that they've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Here's Trubisky to throw, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now Trubisky to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Tramon Williams. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. On first down, it's Jones. Now we've got whistles, and the man slow to get up here is Jones. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Don't be mad. There's more coming. There's more where it came from.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
You 58. He's 59. Mike to 59. Go to 50. 59 Mike. Hey, Alpha. Check, 59. Here we go. Mike, check. Right there. Run. I want that. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense.
Working from the gun. Rodgers forced out to his left. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him to first. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". Get 300. Get 300.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Brings up second down.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Check curls, check curls, check curls. 59, Mike, 59. Hey, Delta. 59. Hey, defense, let's go. Mike.
Here's Rodgers. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
They can't stop us. They cannot hold us.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll go again to Jones. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
The 31-yard line.
Gentlemen, in 18. 59, Mike to 59. Strip the ball. Strip that ball. 26. 59, Mike.
From the gun on third down, Rodgers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Fielded just inside the 20. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They try again with Cohen. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down.
First down.
Put it up. 180. Watch the run. They're running.
They'll run on first down. Cohen, and 3 yards there, takes him to the 45.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Again, it's Cohen. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now it's Trubisky. And my goodness, another interception. Kevin King with a pick. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Kyle Fuller, the one to make the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Check hot route. Hot.
Again, it's Jones. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Brings up third down.
59, Mike to 59. Here we go. He's coming. We got double up. Watch twist.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Trubisky gives to Cohen. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Foreseeing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Now it's Trubisky. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Za'Darius Smith, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. On the return is Williams. A great return there of 22 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Yeah, Liz. Box it. Screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Inside. Watch the screen. Jam.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's got the hook up to Lazard. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one good for 37 yards.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Back now at Lambeau. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the fourth quarter. Back now at Lambeau. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the fourth quarter. On first and 10, here's Rodgers. Able to slither by. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make this a second down. Rodgers now to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Leonard Floyd. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Trubisky brings the Bears up first and 10 at the 20. They begin the drive on the ground with Cohen. Room here to run. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Almost unstoppable on the ground there as that one is good for 39. So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. Trubisky will throw. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. Trubisky now just 5 of 16 throwing the ball, but he's got a first and 10. Throwing here, Trubisky. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's second and 18. On second down, Montgomery. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here's Trubisky. He wants it all for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Second and 9 now from the 21. To throw, it's Rodgers. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. Then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Leonard Floyd. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it second and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Cohen. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal. What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you've got to match that aggressiveness. No points so far in this game. Moving the football, got to be that way to go against them and try and get some points on the board.
And I'm curious on the defensive side if they stay aggressive because you know they want to. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Here's a handoff to Cohen running right, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And he will fight his way in, not giving it. Touchdown of the season. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will shave one more off this lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a 2-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before. When you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay, it's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to fashion together a good drive right here and now.
Because defensively, got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Check, 59. Stay with your man. Kill. Check 24, check 24. Kill. All right.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Watch QB's up. Right left. Jim. Motion. Inside. Smooth. Lights 59.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Kyle Fuller there defensively.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go up and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Trubisky, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Now Trubisky. He's got his tight end, Burton. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun is Trubisky. That's complete to Robinson. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. One last shot for Trubisky. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Kevin King with a pick. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output